TJ Hockenson going from the Lions to the Vikings in the first hour of our program with just mere hours to go.
Yep.
And a swap of picks. I know the Lions are maybe ready to tap out on this season, and Dan Campbell might feel differently, but in division, that one is a shocker to me. I don't know why. I know you want to try and get picks, but Hockenson in division, that maybe did they hold up the Vikings for more than they could have gotten from somewhere else because they are in division? Is that what happened?
Well,
there?
the really interesting thing is, and Rich, you were sitting on the set right there when it happened. This is the second time they've pulled off a blockbuster deal together, because if you'll remember, it was the Lions that the Vikings, it was the Vikings that the Lions traded up with to get Jamison Williams in the draft last year. So that piece of it's interesting that now these two teams in division with each other have done two pretty significant deals with each other. I mean, look, like I don't think it's a great indication of where the Lions are right now in year two under Dan Campbell. Obviously, they've only got one win on the year. And the willingness to pull the plug on a player who, maybe hadn't lived up to the top 10 billing, but is a really, really good tight end, is interesting. And I think with the Vikings, it's interesting thinking back to my conversations I had with, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, their first year GM, and Kevin O'Connell, their first year head coach, over really the last 7 or 8 months, in how much they liked what they were walking into, right? Like, they were, this wasn't just not a teardown. It was like, we really liked what Mike Zimmer and Rick Spielman left behind for us here. And it was the locker room, it was the talent level, it was all of it. And, Kevin, made a conscious decision, Kwesi made a conscious decision that they wanted to double down on the core, and Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen and, Dalvin Cook and, on defense, Kendricks and Harry Smith and all those guys. And, I think it just sort of shows you that, a new coach and GM come into a place, you don't have to tear it down. And they've gotten great results. I don't think people realize this. They're 3 games in front of the Packers right now in the NFC North. So, certainly I think I think it should and will give that locker room a really nice jolt, and showing them again, like, the guys in charge here really believe in you. And the Vikings now, I think, become a pretty real threat in a wide-open NFC.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.